State leaders and advocates say families who live paycheck to paycheck need and deserve financial relief. Many parents that I spoke to say child tax credits help pay for many things, such as child care.
Because if I'm struggling, I work full time with a husband, I just can't imagine how single parents are with having to struggle, having to know what's the next meal on their plate.
Tanya Montero is not just a preschool teacher at the West Haven Child Development Center, but also a mother.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
To an 18-month-old baby boy. She says she's been living paycheck to paycheck.
I have to make sure all my bills are paid before anything else.
But she's not the only parent with this story.
Everything is so expensive nowadays that we gotta make sure balance and see what is important. And it's really hard to make that decision when I go to work or do extra hours at work or have another job or spend time with my child, just because we don't make enough to support our families.
That's why Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro reintroduced the child tax credit.
There is a cost of living crisis in our country today. It's hurting middle-class families, working families, and hurting vulnerable families.
She originally introduced the program back in 2016, but it ended in 2022.
This program works. It works. It returned $10 for every dollar spent. How? Child tax credit helps children to learn more, earn more, to grow up healthier.
Researchers like Mark Abraham of Data Haven noticed before the child tax credits, 17% of families reported they didn't have enough money for food. But while the program was expanded, that rate dropped by 12% during the second half of 2021. As soon as the program ended again in 2022, they noticed their data was moving in the wrong direction.
That rate nearly doubled to 23%. And then it's remained there. As of 2024, 24% of families in the state report that they don't have enough money for food.
Chelsea Telford says having this program back will be beneficial for her family.
Because right now I pay for care for kids, so it's yes, that can help with getting my kids back and forth, especially my daughter.
She used to receive money from the child tax credit, and she says it was hard for the first few months after she stopped receiving payments.
Because it was expected, okay, I'm gonna get this little money for the kids, I could spend it on this, or I could do this.
Jermaine Zarilla says she still utilizes her child tax credit on child care.
As we all know, child care is very expensive, so it allows me to get caught up or even get ahead in a way that I just wouldn't be able to on my humble teacher salary. So, very helpful.
Montero encourages lawmakers to have some empathy for parents and support this bill.
But it's more than a need that all families need, to support and to help us advocate for our families, not only here in Connecticut, but in the whole United States.
Right now, this legislation is in the early stages. DeLauro says she is working to get her fellow lawmakers to support this bill. In West Haven, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.